Tired of seeing the same old travel photos of Santorini and Bali clogging up your feed? What if I told you there are still hidden paradises on Earth? Islands so magical and untouched, they feel like they're straight out of a fantasy novel. Forget the crowded beaches and tourist traps. Today, we're embarking on a journey to the world's best-kept secrets. We're going way off the beaten path to uncover the most enchanting islands you've probably never heard of. Pack your virtual bags, because by the end of this video, you'll be itching to book a flight to one of these secluded havens. Let's dive in. Our first stop takes us to the remote North Atlantic, halfway between Iceland and Norway. Welcome to the Faroe Islands. This isn't your typical Sanansan destination. Instead, imagine dramatic cliffs plunging into the churning sea. Emerald green valleys dotted with turf-roofed houses and waterfalls that cascade directly into the ocean. It's a landscape forged by volcanoes and glaciers, a place where puffins outnumber people. One of the most iconic sights is the floating lake, SR Vagsvoten, which creates a mind-bending optical illusion, appearing to hover hundreds of feet above the ocean. Hiking here is an otherworldly experience. You can trek to the Kalord Lighthouse on the island of Kalsoy for breathtaking panoramic views, or explore tiny, charming villages like Giv, nestled in a natural harbor. The Faroes out for the adventurous soul, the photographer, the nature lover, who craves raw, untamed beauty. It's a place that reminds you of the sheer power and artistry of nature. The air is crisp, the silence is profound, and the feeling of being at the edge of the world is absolutely unforgettable. Next, let's trade the cool Atlantic winds for the warm, tropical embrace of the Indian Ocean. We're heading to Socotra, an island archipelago belonging to Yemen. If the Faroe Islands are from a fantasy novel, Socotra is from a sci-fi epic. This place is often called the Galapagos of the Indian Ocean because of its incredible biodiversity, with a third of its plant life found nowhere else on Earth. The landscape is dominated by the iconic dragon's blood trees, which look like giant inside-out umbrellas. Their name comes from the crimson-red sap they produce. Then there are the bizarre bottle trees, with their swollen trunks that seem to defy gravity. Exploring Socotra feels like stepping onto another planet. You can wander through forests of these alien-like trees, swim in crystal-clear freshwater pools, and relax on vast, empty dunes of perfect white sand that slide right into the turquoise sea. The Dettoy Lagoon is a particular highlight, a coastal paradise where stingrays glide through the shallows. Socotra is a testament to the weird and wonderful paths evolution can take. A living museum of natural history that's been isolated for millions of years. It's a challenging destination to reach, but for those who make the journey, the reward is an experience that is truly unique in the world. From the alien landscapes of Socotra, let's journey to the Pacific, to a place that feels like the end of the line, the Marquesas Islands. Part of French Polynesia, this archipelago is one of the most remote on the planet, even further from a continental landmass than Easter Island. This isn't the French Polynesia of overwater bungalows and honeymoon resorts. This is the land of men, as the locals call it. Think jagged volcanic peaks shrouded in mist, deep, lush valleys filled with ancient stone tikis, and a coastline of dramatic black sand beaches pounded by powerful surf. The culture here is incredibly strong and vibrant. This is where Paul Gauguin spent his final years, captivated by the raw beauty and the powerful spirit of the people. You can hike to hidden waterfalls that thunder into cool jungle pools, explore ancient archaeological sites that whisper tales of warriors and chiefs, and watch skilled artisans carve intricate designs into wood and bone. The island of Nukuhiva, with its spectacular Baía de Vierge, or Bay of Virgins, and the towering basalt spires, is simply breathtaking. The Marquesas are for travelers who want to connect with a place on a deeper level, to experience a culture that has remained resilient and proud in its isolation. It's a spiritual, powerful, and deeply moving destination. Now, let's sail back across the globe to the heart of the Mediterranean. But we're skipping the famous Greek Isles. Instead, we're visiting Procida, Italy. Just a short ferry ride from the bustling city of Naples, Procida is a world away. It was Italy's capital of culture for 2022, yet it remains wonderfully authentic and blissfully free of the overwhelming crowds that plague its neighbors. Capri, Ando, Ischia. What makes Procida so enchanting is its color. The harbor of Marina Corsella is a jaw-dropping cascade of houses painted in every shade of pastel imaginable pink. Yellow, blue, and terracotta tumbling down the cliffside to the water's edge. It looks like an artist's palette brought to life. There are no grand monuments or must-see museums here. The joy of Procida is in the simple things. Getting lost in its narrow, winding alleyway. Watching fishermen mend their nets and eating the most delicious lemon-infused dishes you've ever tasted. You can rent a small boat to explore hidden coves, relax on the dark volcanic sand of Quayayir Beach, and hike up to the Terra Murata, the fortified medieval village at the island's highest point. 4 stunning views of the Bay of Naples. Procida is a slice of old-world Italy, a place to slow down, breathe, and simply soak in the vibrant, unpretentious beauty of life. Our final destination takes us to a corner of Southeast Asia you might not expect. The Philippines, but we're not going to Boracay or we're going to a tiny, teardrop-shaped island called Siargao. Known as the surfing capital of the Philippines, Siargao has a laid-back, bohemian vibe that's absolutely intoxicating. It's so much more than just a surf spot. The island is a patchwork of emerald rice paddies, dense coconut palm forests, and pristine white sand beaches. One of its most magical attractions is the Magpapunko rock pools. At low tide, a natural barrier reef reveals crystal clear turquoise pools perfect for swimming and cliff jumping. Then there's the Sugba Lagoon, a serene sanctuary where you can paddleboard or kayak in calm. Stunningly blue waters surrounded by lush greenery. And you can't miss island hopping to nearby Naked Island, which is literally just a strip of sand, and Daku Island, known for its beautiful beach and fresh seafood lunches. The heart of Siargao, though, is its community. It's a place where locals and travelers mingle, sharing stories over fresh fruit smoothies and grilled fish. The vibe is relaxed, friendly, and deeply connected to nature. Siargao offers that perfect balance of adventure and relaxation, a tropical dream that still feels wild and authentic. So there you have it, 5 of the world's most enchanting islands that you've probably never heard of. From the dramatic cliffs of the Faroe Islands and the alien world of Socotra, to the raw spirit of the colorful charm of Procida, and the tropical bliss of Siargao. These places prove that there are still corners of our planet that can truly take your breath away, offering adventures that go beyond the ordinary. They remind us that the greatest travel experiences often lie just beyond the familiar map. Which one of these islands is calling to you? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear which hidden paradise you're dreaming of visiting next. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this virtual escape, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Until then, keep exploring!